A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city, you probably wouldn't make it. Oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam. I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day. I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my map.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle, and they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on third down. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Montgomery will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Well, no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Pickett back to throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Complete to Jacoby Myers. A gain of 9 yards. And the Bears first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, 49ers nothing.
first down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. On the jet sweep, this is Johnson. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Once more Montgomery, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
The tally there at -2 yards brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Herbert. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The Niners at 0-14 now on the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding about how everyone feels. Because to me, you've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
Lance now on first down.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Pickett.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. First and 10, here's Pickett. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Pickett. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Lance now on 1st down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. He's got room at the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and now we'll send them back to the drawing board.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. This pass on target, Velus Jones with it.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
To the air on first down with Pickett.
He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Niners are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, they had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery.
Up to the 20.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Pickett. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Play action. Now it's Lance. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The Lance going to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Watch out now, 50 carries.
Throwing his Lance on third down. And it's caught. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from 13 yards out. And the 49ers are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Pickett to throw on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
51 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw, Pickett.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, but also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First down, San Francisco, the pickup, 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll try and run the option left side.
And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field.
So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go.
And Lance now to throw. Finding Gray going across the field. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw again on second down.
Lance.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where it is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 65 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Here's Pickett.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Osborne. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. This to make it a 2-score game. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Lance.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Ready?
A give. This is Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and happen in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Going for it on fourth down. Here's Pickett. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Chicago, their hopes of finishing above 500 stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Niners, well, this loss means they'll have 2 more shots to avoid the dreaded 0-17. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.
shaky tone. They ain't got a job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to town.